Hey, love.
What are you doing?
Would you marry? All right, fine. How do we start this thing again?
I think we're back again.
Okay, we are back again.
Yes.
Okay, 1 to go. Hi, welcome to Happy Placing with the Praiseworths.
Yes, welcome. I am Ibiwari Jaja Praiseworth, and I am the wife of this. You're fine.
Every time.
This very fine man.
Okay, and my name is Damilola Praiseworth, and I'm the husband, the beautiful, fine husband to this amazing piece of art.
Amen.
Amazing work of art. All right, you're welcome once again to our channel. It's a pleasure to always, know that you are on this other side listening to us.
Yes, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much for all the comments from the last 2 videos we've posted. We are very grateful from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah.
We're so committed to continuing this journey with you.
Initially, we started and we're like, should we even do this?
Yes.
But with all the feedback we are getting, I think it's motivation enough for us to just keep sharing our journey.
Yeah.
So we decided to go a bit off cycle, not off cycle. I know we said in the last video we're going to talk about
our proposal.
Did you see the proposal?
Yeah, I think we spoke about it briefly.
We said we're going to talk about the wedding.
Oh yeah, the wedding.
Yeah, the wedding process, like the whole period of planning.
Yes.
But we've decided now that we're going to talk about our proposal because we realized we had never posted a picture online.
Never.
We got engaged.
No picture.
Almost 4 years ago now. And we just didn't post any picture.
No picture, no video.
No video, nothing.
So now that it's everyone has been saying it's the month of love, right?
Yes, this is February.
February is the month of love.
We decided to recount our love journey.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's recount it. So we don't want this video to be too long. So let me just go straight to the gist. So how did this start? So sometime in 2018, you know our journey already. She had moved to Abuja. We were sure about the relationship.
Yeah.
And I decided in my heart it was time to take the big step. Trust me. I always tell my friends that the point where you decide to engage a girl, well, at least for me, at the point of deciding to engage her was the point that I felt I had committed my heart to marry her. There was no going back after that.
Yeah.
So it was such a tough step for me.
Tough but beautiful.
Yeah, tough but beautiful. So
and a privilege for him
too.
too. Sorry, continue.
Well, fine. I'm privileged. I shall not lie. I shan't. So, okay, let's get back to being serious. So yeah, it was tough. So I went, I had to try and start doing all my planning early enough. But in the midst of the planning, there was still a bit of fear. So 2 things were a problem in my mind. I suspected, being a Yoruba boy, and my parents, we grew up in Rivers State though, but I just felt there was that cultural thing about, my parents knowing where the girl I want to marry is from, even though they knew we had been dating, but maybe they didn't know I was going to take a huge step. So I remember calling my dad and saying, Daddy.
I think before then they had only met me once.
They had met you once, yes. No, twice. When we went to visit them and when they came to Abuja.
They came, yes,
when we had lunch.
Twice, yes.
Yeah, so I still made a call to them. And that week, a lot of stuff had happened in my family that was making them very paranoid about maybe one other person getting engaged to marry. But I was very sure. And I called them and I didn't necessarily say I was going to engage her that week. But I told them that I was going to marry this girl. And that was the plan, that I have peace in my heart. God has told me. I remember then my dad said, okay, I trust you're a man of the spirit and whatever thing you have on your heart, God has approved it. Even though I could sense in his tone at the time that he was being cautious. So after doing that, the second was I needed to get her mom's approval, her parents' approval. So the mom had been in our relationship all the while. And so I called her mom and said, Mommy, I think I'm ready to take it forward with Ibiwari. And she says, She just gave me a huge sigh that day. She said,
my mom, continue.
But see, I really love what she did. She just told me that, Danny, thank you so much for all you are doing for my daughter and for caring for her and loving her this much. But are you really sure about the decision you want to make? And I said, yes, ma'am. I'm sure. she said, you know, my daughter is not very strong. In my mind, I say, which one is not very strong?
I'm a strong, independent woman.
Because she was actually strong at same traits of her being hardworking, even though she didn't have a natural inclination to doing some things. Doesn't mean she was not.
Please, let's put this in context.
Okay, the mom just said, okay, she now said, she does not like to cook. And she doesn't like housework.
It's out in the open now. God,
but you cook very well now.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Very well.
So see, we don't want this video to be long.
Okay, fine.
We don't want this video to be long. So, she said, you do know she does not like to cook. I said, Ma, I love her anyhow. She said, are you sure that you will not complain tomorrow? That I don't want to give my blessing today. And you'll come back telling me that, my daughter is not cooking, this one, that one. It touched me. I told her, Ma, I'm very sure about the decision I want to make. And I love this girl.
It's a real good one.
I now told her...
Look out for that line, I love her anyhow.
I now told the mom that I planned doing it X period, that she should keep it a secret. Mm-hmm. And I was really happy the mom kept it a secret. So to the plan, is the day I want to even gist us about. Mm-hmm. So I had made plans with my friends, especially Jimmy, Christian. Yes. Jimmy opened a group chat. He invited people. So this was the plan. The plan was to have a hangout. I didn't want her to suspect in any way. So I wanted to have a hangout with her church unit. And all the people in her church unit were her friends. So I handpicked other people who were not in the church unit and put them in a group. And said, okay, I want us to have just a regular hangout. And when we have a regular hangout, thanks for the brain behind this. That was Pastor Boro. Then she was just Boro.
Shout out to Pastor Boro.
Yes. So she said, okay, I have the best way to make this happen. We are just going to have a game session. I don't want to spoil it. I'll tell you what the game was. I will have a game session. And in that game session, you would propose in between and she would not see it coming.
That's during the supposed
unit hangout. Yes, but there was no unit hangout. It was all my plan. So the other thing was that, okay, why is Dami going to be in the unit hangout? I said, okay, no problem. I'll tell her that we need to go somewhere afterwards, and I'm just going to come to that hangout and be there, and we would go afterwards. So I remember the morning of the engagement. That was the same day I got the ring. I went to Wuse Market to buy a slipper because I had a look in mind, even though I don't even know it was the best of looks. I had a look in mind. I wanted to wear an Ankara trouser, a black shirt. Don't worry, we'll show you pictures.
Don't worry, it was sweet.
We'll show you pictures. Then I got her palm slippers. Then I went with Jimmy. We went to Delphi Metals. I went to get the ring, and I even remember going to our pastor's house that morning. I told him, hey, I'm engaging in Jaja, as they call her in church. And I said, and sir, she said she will not come for that hangout. He said, see, if I need to call her.
I've no mention this part of me not coming.
Okay. Yeah, say your side of the story. Okay. How that did happen for you?
So I was working, right? And I had like a very stressful work week. And I just like my plan for the weekend. And then I was running a small business too by the side. So my plan for that weekend was to just sit back, have some time to work on my business. I had some products to push out and all of that. So I was just like, I don't have strength. I don't think I'll make this hangout too. I don't like it was a hangout. So I was like, man, I need to push out some products. So the day before Saturday, Dams called me and then he was like, oh babe, what about you are you coming for you have a hangout tomorrow, right? You should come out to let's see. He was just trying to get me to come out for the hangout. And he was like, oh, we have somewhere to go after the hangout, so just come for the hangout so that from there I'm just like, oh, I can come out for the other thing, but this hangout, I need my time this morning. I need the morning to work on things. I just need that day before the other events. And I was like, I don't know. Even that night, the last call we had, I was telling him, I'm not sure. So, but he just kept on pushing. I was like, I will let him know in the morning. In the morning again, he called. And I'm like, why is this guy so invested in my hangouts? He called, but I think what threw me off the scent of proposal or anything was because he said he wanted us to, I think, have a meeting with our pastor. No, that was pastor. You're even jumping it. No, I know you mentioned something else. So I just said I want us to go somewhere after the hangout. Yes. That's what I said. So that was what was throwing me off that whole sense. And we are not really seen very well during the week, so I was just like, maybe he just wants us to really hang out and all. Finally, Sha, I agreed. But to be sincere with you, I really was determined to miss the hangout.
And so finally, the hangout came, and so my friends had all come together, and we had planned. I even got a cake, you know. I got a cake from someone. Got some other special things.
You know, that very thoughtful thing. The tickets.
Yes, the tickets. I would mention. I think, do we still have pictures? I'll check the drive.
We have. Yeah,
sorry.
I
hope to find the pictures. So we'll put them in while we are editing the videos.
Yes.
So the hangout happened, and that day I was just nervous. Hey God, I was trying to get everybody to sit down. She hadn't come yet. Everybody was calling her, where are you? Where are you? Everybody was waiting to play the game, and I was just there nervous. Then as I was going around asking, is this thing in place? That's how Jimmy helped me say, bros, I beg, sit down. He said, you came to church. If she comes and sees you trying to coordinate inside hangout that's not your own, won't she suspect? I said, okay, bro, I'm sorry. So I now sat down. Then finally she showed up very late. Dressed as the most unserious person.
No, I would have my fine Ankara.
But you wore a very funny slippers.
Yes.
So she came, but it was fine. So as we started playing the game, we sat down. I'll explain what the game was. So we sat down, but she kept disturbing me. Say, damn, you're not looking alright. What's the problem? You're not looking okay.
So he was looking so pissed, and I know Dams. I'm just like, why you behaving? Why you all uptight and nervous, and what's wrong? Like, he was not telling me that, that is the visit.
No, I said I'm fine. I just said I'm fine.
Yeah, you said you were fine.
I'm fine. Then when you kept troubling me, and I said, okay, let me be very transparent with you, that I want us to go and see a counselor after this meeting. And that's where we are going, that there are some critical things in our relationship
that we need to
talk about.
They now threw me into panic mode. I was not like, which critical to God, me, and I became nervous. So like, I thought we were having a good run.
It was better for me because I needed to focus. Like, why are you disturbing me? I was already panicking enough. The ring was in my pocket. My hands were sweating.
My boyfriend was not acting like my boyfriend. I was just a concerned girlfriend.
So I don't want this video to be long. Okay. So So when that happened, she now calmed down. Then Pastor Boro now started. Then she was Boro anyway, but Pastor Boro. She started the game session. So this was the game. It was a game of Chinese whispers where the moderator says something to someone at the other end of the circle, and the person says it into everybody's ear till it gets. So I sat by her side, like where I am now. She was here. So when it gets here, you tell her, and she tells the moderator to see if the message changed while it was going through.
Yeah.
So we did a mock round. That was our plan, so that she would not suspect anything. So we did a mock round, and she said something. By then I was so nervous. It got to me, so I told her the right thing in her ear.
Yeah, and I said,
and she told the moderator, she said, okay, wow. She was like, oh, the information didn't change much. Now let me try a second word. And this time around, I'm going to hold my camera to take a picture of, because she said, I want to catch how people are saying this thing.
Me, I didn't even suspect. I just felt like, it was a hangout. Pastor Boro normally, she used to take pictures in church. And she was there, so
she was
like,
fine.
okay, she came to cover, take pictures for us and stuff.
So that's how it came. And then it got to me, and I can't remember what they told me, but it was something very unrelated. So I went into her ears and I said, will you marry me? And she now turns to them. I'm like, oh, he said, will you marry me? That's what the word is. And next that she turns back, she sees me on my knees.
Oh my God, guys.
With the ring open.
I didn't suspect it. Like, I actually legit thought that was the message that was passed. And then, like, when I was saying, oh, he said, I didn't even, like, it was just my jovial self. I was just happy playing. I now turned and saw my Dams on his knees. Hey, my precious.
You're precious.
My precious. I saw him on his knees, and I ran away.
She ran away. She ran away. She was almost jumped. When we were in the dome, she almost jumped down.
Yes,
so they had to hold her. She jumped. She was laughing and running away. Oh God.
I couldn't, like, I didn't suspect it. I just ran, and I was like, what? I ran and even knelt down on my own.
Yeah.
You will see the pictures.
Yes.
So.
Then, but it was such a beautiful moment. So she finally dragged her back. She came back. I asked her, would you marry me? Because you've not answered. She was like, yes. Then I wore the rings on her hands. And then we gave ourselves a hug. And everybody was just there so excited. Then my surprise cake now came through.
Yeah. So the cake came when I was still like in a mood. I was still just soaking everything in. And then I saw like.
Then there were 2 tickets. that were made with, like, they were cookies, but they were made into tickets, and it was like wrote our names on it, and it says "Journey to Forever," and that was because we met at the airport anyway.
Yeah, you know our journey.
Yeah,
so we met at the airport. So it was so emotional.
It was so emotional.
When I saw the tickets, I saw everything, and it meant a lot to me because he had just lost his job the previous day. And
well, not lost my job.
Not lost, but like his contract ended. We mentioned it in our previous video. Abruptly. So I was just like, how is this happening? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, so it was just a whole lot. So we spent that day, the rest of the party. We played games with those couples. But I remember
pictures,
we took a lot of pictures. But I remember running through my head while we were playing all those games that, damn it, bro, you're engaged. Like,
it was one of the most exciting feelings, and at the same time,
it was exciting. It was mixed.
It was also like a reality check.
It was a reality check.
We're no longer boyfriend and girlfriend.
We were responsible. We're something more.
We had committed to each other.
Like we said in the last video,
when
everybody left, we just sat down and we're just looking at ourselves. And I didn't know whether to be happy or sad. I remember she was looking at the ring on her finger, and it was as if it was so heavy. As if she looked at it. We couldn't even eat the food we got. Not because we're not in love with each other, but we just felt there was
like
so much seriousness.
Like, this is it. This is the real deal, and we're here for this. We're here for
the long haul. And I remember that before all of that was done anyway, like, I would say to a large extent, we had tough conversations. We knew where we were going in our relationship. She knew that. I remember one very critical point for us was where I told her, could she marry a pastor? I didn't even know I was going to be a pastor at the time, but I was certain I had a call to ministry, and she said she would do whatever God would have her do. And I was sure about most of the part of the relationship.
Yes, we had talked about, I was already in Abuja. I mean, you know, when we took that big step, we mentioned it in our previous video. So, like, we had taken, like, the major steps. We had the tough conversations. We were basically on the same page.
Yeah, I was quite certain that she would say yes to me, definitely, because
we had spoken about getting married, so it was not like a shocker or anything.
What was surprising was not the fact that I asked her to marry her. It was the fact that it was about how I asked her to marry.
Yes, that was the surprise. So, I mean, I was expecting him to ask.
Were you not asking unnecessary questions?
Yes, I was expecting. I'm pushing
almost spoiling it. But yeah,
so
it just brings to mind that I think before one makes such a critical, life-changing step, beyond what is, I think that's one of the reasons why we're not in a haste to post it.
Yeah,
because we really felt it was weighty.
Yes,
it was really weighty, and we had spoken about the tough steps that were ahead. I even remember after the engagement, the next thing, we know we had told your mom, but we didn't know how to now. Your dad is a traditional man.
Yes, we didn't know how to tell my dad.
So she now calls him and says, Daddy, Dami said he wants to marry me.
Yeah.
And he kept quiet and just said, this is not a phone talk. Come to Port Harcourt. And he called the call.
That is a tradition. I keep mentioning it.
Hey.
He said, this is not a phone talk.
Come to Port Harcourt. And that's how we booked
we
tickets.
had to start planning a trip to Port Harcourt.
But we'll continue that gist later. Hey, that was not. In fact, that was when we now ushered ourselves into the most tough part of our relationship.
Yep.
Because sometimes you're just enjoying yourself, boyfriend and girlfriend. Everything is fine, all blues and romance.
You're just in this cloud.
In this cloud,
enjoying friendship, enjoying love.
I'm telling you.
And all of a sudden,
family comes in, which is a very important part. You cannot do without it. You can't do without it. There were lessons we learned there. You see, lessons about honoring our parents, even regardless of how stiff-necked they might have seemed.
Let's save this gist. Let's save it.
Okay.
The month of love.
The month of love.
I hope you enjoyed.
Yes, this is just an extra gist. We just remember we've never said it. So in the course of this video, I'm sure you've seen all our pictures. So hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed this video.
Yes.
Hope you learned one or two things. Hopefully you just enjoyed it.
Hopefully you enjoyed that story.
Love video.
All right. Anyways, so love from us here. Enjoy the month of February. Ensure that you are making strategic decisions. Okay, I'm sounding like somebody who is working on a business plan. Ensure you're making strategic decisions about your relationship.
Yes.
Thoughtful decisions.
Intentional. Have the tough conversations.
Don't let it be all vibes.
A proposal is beautiful, but even more so, let our hearts be in it. Let it let it not just be about the gram.
The gram is good.
The gram is good, but let
there be purpose behind the gram.
That,
yes.
Right? Make sure your relationship is in a good enough place to actually offer a proposal or to accept one.
To accept one.
It's very, very important.
It's okay to say no.
It's okay to say no. It is.
If you know you're not in a
perfectly
good enough
fine.
place.
Please.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough of the advice. Enjoy yourselves. Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Subscribe, please.
Yes, subscribe to our channel, please.
Subscribe to our channel. We love you. Bye.
Bye.